Hello everyone, it's Kelsey aka Real with Mrs. B, and I'm back today because it's before 9 p.m. and as a new teacher, I am super excited to be done with lesson planning for the night, and tomorrow is Friday, so I thought, why the heck not videotape a video for you guys? So I'm always excited to be taping something new for you guys. I get really excited to post videos and hopefully help other people out. So I thought this would be kind of a cool video to compare our EveryDollar budget from January of 2016 to our current budget, January 2017. So I couldn't make it half and half the other way for some reason. It would like squish everything together and it was really confusing. So my budget on top is our current budget, and then on the bottom here is our budget from January of 2015. So let's go ahead and look at the differences. The first most obvious difference is income. Now, in January of 2016, we did not have combined incomes at the time. I was making a separate EveryDollar budget than my husband's. So at the time, I was a substitute teacher, and then I worked after school daycare at the YMCA. And then I don't even remember what this other is at this point. Who knows what that was, but I was not making more than like $2,000 a month. Now, with combined income, and because we have better jobs at the moment, like getting more money. My husband's working overtime. He changed jobs himself. And then now I'm a full-time teacher. We're making a whole lot more money. So $3,000 more a month that we are able to contribute to our budget is amazing. So let's scroll down here. So our emergency fund now has $2,075, and in the beginning of last year we had $1,200. Some of the reason why it went up is because we continue to contribute. I think it was like $25 a month to it, and then when my husband and I did combine finances, we took some of his emergency fund and like combined it with what I already had. And then at the time we did not have a car fund. All right, going down to apartment, it looks like it went up a lot, but again, at the time I was only paying half of everything. So it has gone up like $32, I think that is, or $31. Just from, they've done a lot of updating after the fire, so they raised rent for pretty much everyone. Phones, they actually went down a little bit. That's actually surprising. I was responsible before when we were splitting our finances, I was responsible for paying the phone bill. So that's great, like an extra $10 right there. Wow, internet is the same. And then it looks like, oh, because I was not responsible then for the energy bill before, my husband paid for that. Now, obviously, we pay for it together. But I do remember it being around $40 at the time. All right. And then transportation, it's about the same because if it was just $70 just for me, double the people, double the money, $140 is the same. And then just adding parking then for my husband's job. All right, I'm curious to see groceries. All right, so $181.88 for my portion of it, I guess you would say. My husband did get like pay for groceries every other week, but and I would do the grocery shopping. But to be completely honest, I think that I spent more on groceries than he did. But he definitely spent more than like $100 a month, which means that we've saved a lot on groceries, which is really cool. Before I had $15 about for restaurants. Now we have 50 for the two of us. I'm guessing I went over $15 several times. We would split off who paid, when we went to the restaurants. All right, and then drinks. I've gotten questions about this. This is me, like us splurging every Friday. I have wine night with a girlfriend to vent and just hang out together. And then my husband has his guys' night on Monday nights. So, and then anytime that we want to go out and get drinks or go out with friends, things like that, that's what that $100 is for. So I just keep it separate than restaurants. I could put it in there or I could put it in groceries, but I like to divide it out. So before I had about $32 towards that for myself. So that's gone up a little bit. Alrighty, then we did have Netflix before. Netflix has raised its rates. I had a gym membership before that was more expensive. Right now I have a gym membership that's $10 a month and my husband might be joining as well. So for the two of us, $20 versus just me, $30 a year ago. Household supplies, I don't know how much John contributed to this, but we are down to $50. So about 100, if not more, before. So we've definitely cut that way. Let's see if I had personal. I did have personal money. I guess I didn't spend that much. I don't know what my original amount was. This is at like the end of the month, but $16. I'm surprised it's so low. But we give ourselves a little bit of spending money so we don't go crazy. I feel like we do put a lot towards debt. So we deserve just a little bit to motivate us and keep us on track, and we still get, you know, a little bit of incentives, I guess you could say. And then I added school supplies because now I'm a full-time teacher and I do pay for some things out of pocket and don't get reimbursed for them. Things like treats or candy or things like that for my students. All right, haircut. I didn't have anything here, but I had it as a budget line. That is something that I added to my current budget as a sinking fund. And I have it as beauty and clothing. So that includes like makeup and skincare and haircuts and all of that kind of stuff, and clothing, obviously. Alrighty, so insurance section. I did not have to pay anything before. My husband was responsible for the auto insurance for our cars and health insurance. I was not 26 quite yet in January of 2016, so I was still under my parents' plan, so I didn't have to pay for that. I wish. Renter's insurance is unfortunately not on. January's of 2016. I honestly thought that it was included in our insurance that my husband paid, but it was not. So let's move on from that. All right, debt. This was all of my debt. Student loans, the Amazon credit card, Freedom credit card, American Eagle credit card, and Chase Slate credit card. So I still include like those and then John's Amazon credit card on my budget. I don't need to because they all have a zero balance. I guess it's just a reminder that we pay them off. So before I was not focusing on my student loans, and I was focusing on the smallest debt at the time, which was I put $500 towards the Chase Slate card, and I don't quite remember why or how I could get away with $0 on the rest of them. I don't remember, but $500 towards debt versus $2,300 on debt is pretty awesome. Alrighty, and then let's see, I did have some envelopes at the time. I had emergency cash, car maintenance, dental, which I paid towards my mom. I was on her plan, so I just paid her, I think it was like $10 a month or something, so I must have just like owed her like $30 and paid it. Laundry, I did half of the $10. Gift money, Amazon Prime, cats, beauty, clothing, entertainment, and I was saving up for a tattoo at the time that I ended up getting in August. So a lot of those are actually quite similar. I did get rid of the emergency cash fund because I was like, it's real easy to use a debit card or get cash when I need it. Or worst case scenario, I could borrow the cash from my other cash sinking funds and then just reimburse it when I could get to a bank. So I felt like that was unnecessary, so I got rid of that. And then I still have car maintenance, obviously. We're putting in essentially about the same as we were before, just a little bit more. We still have dental, I suppose, but we have health and dental now that I just put a little bit aside towards. I still have laundry on here. I still have the cats. I think that is the same as before because it would have been doubled because John was contributing just as much as I was. And entertainment, let's see, $40, maybe I just covered it that month, but we did reduce it regardless because now it's only $20 a month. We can just put it aside. Gift money we have at $50. Then I did not contribute any. I probably just didn't have enough money left over. Still $10 a month towards Amazon Prime. And then we added Xbox Live, but right now we're not contributing to it because my husband got some cards for Christmas. And then we are saving up for a computer now and not a tattoo, although I think my husband wants one. Anyway, I don't know why I didn't put this $221.29 in the budget at the very end, like just thrown it at debt. I don't quite remember. It's hard enough to remember what I did yesterday to remember what I did last year, January. But anyway, I hope that you guys can see how much budgets change a little bit. I am by no means an expert at this. I have been doing it for over a year now, and I am constantly adjusting it and improving it, hopefully, and I'm still learning. So if you guys have any questions or comments below about EveryDollar.com or Dave Ramsey's plan or whatever it is, or you want to just share how awesome you are doing with your debt repayment or savings, please leave all of your comments below. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you are not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button below to keep up with all of my videos. And I will catch you all soon in my next one. Bye.